The Cloverleaf Interchange is very common due to its capability of safely and efficiently moving traffic on and off two intersecting roads on separate grades without use of stop signs or signals. The principal feature is either 2 or 4 inner circular ramps set with outer diamond ramps. The loop ramps allow traffic that would normally have to make a left turn from one road to another to do so without crossing opposing traffic. Right turn movements are handled by the outer diamond ramps. Another significant feature of our example is the use of collector-distributor lanes or ramps that parallel the main roads through lanes. The CDs provide safer, more efficient flow of traffic. Though the Cloverleaf can handle a lot of traffic, it does have a few significant drawbacks that can be problems for snowplows.
Smaller loops of the ramps have tighter turning radii. This requires a sharp drop in speed to avoid tipping or road runoff. The distance between traffic entering from the right from the on-ramp and traffic exiting to the right for the off-ramp is relatively short. At periods of heavy traffic, there is much weaving of vehicles trying to merge left onto the roadway, while others in the through lanes are slowing down while attempting to move far right to the exit. In our example, a full Cloverleaf interchange with CD lanes, the through lanes are 12 feet wide on both the highway and the crossroad with 4-foot wide left shoulders and 8-foot wide right shoulders. The lanes on the off and on ramps are 16 feet wide with 4-foot wide left shoulders and 8-foot wide right shoulders. Truck 1 begins pass 1-1 on the east-west main road at point A, western. It proceeds eastbound in the right outer lane with the front plow angled right and the right wing plow extended to cover the shoulder. Truck 2 also begins pass 2-1 at point A and proceeds in the left inner lane with the front plow angled to the left. Both trucks continue in this manner to point B, eastern, turn around and repeat the pattern in the westbound opposite direction of the main road to point A. Note, on the overpasses, the truck retracts the wing plow and straightens the front plow to avoid projecting snow over the sides to the roadway below. Truck 3 begins pass 3-1 on the north-south crossroad at point C, southern. It proceeds northbound in the right outer lane with front plow angled right and the right wing plow extended to cover the shoulder. Truck 4 also begins pass 4-1 at point C and proceeds in the left inner lane with front plow angled to the left. Both trucks continue in this manner to point D, northern, turn around, and repeat the pattern in the southbound opposite direction of the crossroad to point C. Truck 5 begins pass 5-1 northbound at point C, southern, in the right lane. At point C1, southeast quadrant, it exits to the outer ramp with front plow angled right and right wing plow extended. At the end of the ramp, point C2, the truck merges onto the eastbound main road and proceeds to point B, eastern. It turns around and continues to point B1, northeast quadrant, and exits onto the outer ramp, still with front plow angled right and right wing plow extended. It proceeds to point B2 where it merges onto the northbound crossroad. At point D, northern, it turns around and then exits at point D1, northwest quadrant, onto the outer ramp and proceeds with front plow angled right and right wing extended to point D2 where it merges with westbound main road. At point A, western, it turns around, proceeds to point A1, southwest quadrant, exits onto the outer ramp still with front plow angled right and right wing extended. It continues to point A2 where it merges with the southbound crossroad. At point C, southern, truck 5 turns around and exits at point C1 onto the outer ramp, keeping to the left and with front plow angled left to begin pass 5-2.
At the end of the ramp, point C2, the truck merges onto the eastbound main road. At point B, eastern, the truck turns around and exits at point B1 onto the westbound collector-distributor ramp. It proceeds with front plow angled right and right wing plow extended to point D3. Note: when approaching and passing by the openings to the inner loop ramps, the truck straightens the front plow and retracts the wing plow. This prevents snow from piling up in front of the openings. At point D3, the truck merges onto the westbound main road and proceeds to point A western. The truck then turns point A1, exits onto the eastbound outer ramp, then turns to the left onto the eastbound collector-distributor ramp. It proceeds with front plow angled right and right wing plow extended to point C3, where it merges onto the eastbound main road. At point B, eastern, the truck turns around and exits onto the northbound outer ramp to begin pass 5-3. Using just the front plow angled left, the truck continues pass 5-3 on all the outer ramps, repeating the same sequence as in pass 5-1. Truck 5 completes all the outer ramp, comes back at point C, southern, and begins pass 5-4. It exits at point C1 onto the northbound outer ramp, then turns left onto the northbound collector-distributor ramp with front plow angled right and right wing plow extended. Note: when approaching and passing by the openings to the inner loop ramps, the truck straightens the front plow and retracts the wing plow. This prevents plowed snow from piling in front of the openings. At point B3, the truck merges with northbound crossroad through traffic, continues to point D northern, and turns around. It exits at point D1 onto the southbound outer ramp and then turns to the left onto the southbound collector-distributor ramp to continue past 5-4. At point A3, it merges with the southbound through traffic and proceeds to point C, southern. Note: on the overpasses, the truck retracts the wing plow and straightens the front plow to avoid projecting snow over the sides onto the roadway below. The truck turns around at point C to begin pass 5-5 and exits onto the northbound collector-distributor ramp at point C1. It proceeds with front plow angled right and right wing plow extended northeast quadrant, where it enters the westbound inner loop ramp. It then goes across and enters the inner loop ramp to the southbound crossroad. It merges onto the southwest quadrant, enters the eastbound interloop ramp. It goes across to point C3, southeast quadrant, where it enters the northbound inner loop ramp and completes pass 5-5 and then the through traffic at point B3. This completes all passes.